Good morning. My name is Edith Williams. Flashback to 8th grade drama ensemble, and our task was to silently imitate someone else's walk. As the first girl sassily strutted across the stage, flipping an imaginary high ponytail, everyone immediately guessed who she was imitating, Lily Saab. Filled with a spirit and spark like no other, Lily is a light in the class of 2017. Our grade has been blessed to have had Lily by our side, cheering us on these past 11 years, and I know that she's going to grace this chapel today with some truly beautiful words straight from the heart, because that is how Lily does everything, straight from the heart. So please help me in welcoming Elizabeth Ann Saab.
This text was the first communication I'd had with my parents in almost 3 weeks. We got lost in the Andes for 6.5 hours, but now I have Wi-Fi, and a new friend broke her ankle. Needless to say, it caused concern back home. But how could I not reach out? During trying times, I lean on my parents. That day, that hike, my friend's fall, and uncertainty about my safety resulted in unexpected but welcomed communication with my family and an invaluable self-awareness. At the onset of the hike, we were eager for adventure. We, a group of 30 teenagers, had united in Peru for a 17-day trip focused on cultural enrichment and service. After days of labor-intensive community service, we embarked on a 3-day hiking and camping expedition through the Andes Mountains to the idyllic Machu Picchu. Alas, on day 2, we were profoundly lost. Apparently, our guide was not only new to the program, but also the region and the trail. As we hiked in dangerously steep, unmarked areas, we became weary. The high elevation, lack of sufficient water, and extra hours of uneven footing took its toll. Many were lightheaded and nauseated. A friend from Argentina slipped, fell, and broke her ankle. Accordingly, 8 of us settled into a pace that was slow enough to accommodate her, gradually separating ourselves from the larger group. Spreading out, increasing our distance from one another, and walking single file seemed the safest and most efficient way to reconnect with the group. Rapidly and eerily, the clouds rolled in, enveloping the path, my friends, and the mountains with an impermeable fog. At that moment, barely recognizing the person behind and in front of me, I felt an unsettling discomfort. I felt alone. The idea of complete self-reliance and independence were previously foreign to me. As I progressed, I relied on my physical and inner strength, which I had unknowingly built through the years. Realizing my own abilities, I determinedly connected with my group by shouting and blowing whistles to invisible people around me. I encouraged others, though I could not see them, that each step forward was another step closer to safety. I managed through the harrowing hike by tapping into a core confidence. I was equally struck by our interdependence and reflected on many similar challenging experiences. I remember a time my dad and I hiked the Grand Canyon. I relied on his strength as well as mine to push me through that strenuous day. I remember long nights of challenging schoolwork during which my mother came into my room with a coffee and a reminder that soon I would be finished and could finally sleep. I remember many times that I fought with my sisters only to later be challenged with conversations of forgiveness and understanding of the other's point of view. I remember times that I've taken a risk and been embraced by St. Mary's loving support. We are shaped by our experiences in many ways that we do not know and do not expect. We change and we grow and we learn without realizing it is happening, and do not tap into our new abilities until we are in times of need. Slowly, we become strong enough to rely on ourselves in the scariest of times. Yet, in the scary times of loneliness, we are not alone. You are not alone. Even if you feel like you are physically or emotionally, the invisible people are still there. Look a little harder, because though it may seem so, the fog is not impermeable and you can push through it. People will be there to guide you and to support you and to walk through the mountains with you. So I challenge you to become the self-reliant, independent person you are meant to be, just by living and traversing each moment and the challenges that come with it. But understand that you are not alone, and you can and you should rely on other people. Dependence and independence are not exclusive, and I challenge you to be both. Thank you.